My name apparently is Digitalis Mixemup. In real life, I am Scott Ligon, the author of Digital Art Revolution, Creating Fine Art with Photoshop. Within Second Life, there's a vibrant art scene. And today, I teleported to the Gallery Freenote, and I have the honor of interviewing Teal Freenote, Second Life artist. So Teal, thank you for agreeing to this. I appreciate it.
My pleasure. Welcome to Gallery Freenote in Second Life.
So, Teal, you'll be able to describe this better than I would. Tell us about Second Life. What is it, and what can people do here?
Second Life is probably the largest of many online virtual worlds. It has about 10 million members worldwide, and at any one time there's maybe 60, 70,000 people online at one time from all over the world. So these are also called massive multiplayer online games. Second Life is a bit different because there's no plan, there's no goal. Everything that's created in here and done in here is created by the residents. So whatever you experience in here has been created by somebody. This is one of the reasons there's an awful lot of artists in here. We're all fascinated by this process of creating 3D virtual reality.
I believe there are major museums that curate art shows inside Second Life.
Major museums are in here, yes.
In addition to displaying real-world art, artists also create art directly inside Second Life. I believe you do this. Is that correct?
I do. In this gallery here of mine, I have 3 different kinds of art. I do have some in-world representations of my real-life digital fine art. The 2D images that you see are created from what we would call in-world photography. In other words, I'm going around taking photographs of things that I see inside Second Life, and then I'm either manipulating it in Photoshop or also with some in-world tools, various light settings that you can manipulate inside Second Life. The sculptures I do they're completely done and shown in here.
How do you make your artwork?
There are basic building blocks. One is called a primitive, and you can manipulate the shape, the size, the twist of it, the angles of it. There's different forms, cube, sphere, all those things. Another building block medium is called a sculpty. That is more like 3D graphics, mesh, creating an object with a mesh and then making it solid. You have your choice of materials. I find in here it's very interesting because I can work in ice, in water, in fire, in earth, in air. You're really not limited to your materials. If I want to make sculptures out of ice, they never melt. I can have them forever. It's very freeing because I'm a sort of an elemental soul. I like working with the elements. There's also particles, which are sparklies and shinies that you can incorporate. You can incorporate movement into your work. A kinetic of sorts. You're not limited by gravity or the temperature or the cost of your materials.
Can you tell us about the gallery and how that came about?
Sure. Originally, when I first started creating the sculptures, I had several other artist friends who liked them and offered me some space in their place to show things. Another time I had a little gallery in the virtual French Quarter. I could show mostly the 2D art stuff. I had room for 2 sculptures, which was quite frustrating actually. About a year and a half ago, my friend T. McBain built this big gallery, and she said, "Teal, wouldn't you like to have the whole second floor?" And I said, "Oh, would I?" Because I could finally show an interesting mix of the 2Ds and the sculptures in enough space where I could show them. And so I've been in this space ever since.
So does your gallery have calls for entry? Do you feature other people's work, or is this a vehicle to show your work?
I don't. The gallery itself is 3 floors, a sculpture garden, and an annex. And Tia, who owns the whole building, yes, there are many more artists who show here on the 1st and the 3rd floor and in the annex and in the sculpture garden. The 2nd floor is all mine. Yay. And I'm a member of a group called the Art Galleries of Second Life. We work together to promote the arts inside Second Life. There is an online listing of all the galleries with details about it. There's kiosks in each gallery that can take you around to other galleries. If you want, you can put your gallery 3,000 meters up in the sky. You know, you don't have to be on the ground. Flying is an excellent thing, yes.
The immersive experience of Second Life seems to have a lot of potential for the future and is already becoming incorporated into education and commerce.
Architects are using it in here to pre-visualize what they're building and walk their clients through the building. That's really interesting.
What do you see as the future of Second Life?
The whole thing was a surprise to me originally, and it keeps surprising me.
Yeah, it makes sense that it's a surprise, right? Because everybody that participates can add to it and develop new things. The coding is open source. So I guess surprise is one of the main things about it, right? That's one of the main appeals, because you never know what will develop and what things will turn into. And it's really up to the people that are participating.
Absolutely, absolutely. So it's constantly surprising.
Do you see this as a form of social networking?
Oh, absolutely. It's kind of like the ultimate social network. You can exchange ideas. You can do joint creations. There are a lot of classes that are taught in here. My friends include people from England, Denmark, Rio de Janeiro, China, Japan, everywhere. It's amazing.
Well, I really appreciate you doing this. Thank you very much, Teal Freenote. I should fly away. That would be dramatic. Okay, here I go. Am I flying? Yes, I'm flying. Digitalis Mixemup, away! Pretty water.